Hello friends, good morning and welcome back to Relief Tutorials. In the previous lecture we have discussed about physical properties of metals and non-metals. Now let us study chemical properties of metals and non-metals. First we will start with the chemical properties of metals. Some chemical reactions to understand. The very first reaction is what happened when metals are burnt in air. When metals burnt in air, metals react with oxygen on burning. The first reaction is metal reacts with oxygen. Normally when metals reacts with oxygen, they form metallic oxide. When metal reacts with oxygen, they form a metallic oxide. The process of reacting oxygen with metals are different for different metals. Normally we have one old example we have seen in the previous sessions of acid and base and also in the 9th standard, that when magnesium ribbon, we can simply understand the reaction like this. Consider this is Bunsen burner and this is magnesium strip. So when magnesium strip is simply heated at the normal, with the help of normal Bunsen burner, we are not providing extraordinary heat. We are simply heating magnesium ribbon in presence of oxygen. It burns with the dazzling white light. Magnesium burns with dazzling white light. And forms magnesium oxide. So reaction can be like this: magnesium burns in presence of oxygen and it forms magnesium oxide MgO. We know the reaction process, that magnesium ion is magnesium 2 plus and it reacts with oxygen O2 minus. Both has equal amount of opposite charge, so one atom of each forms magnesium oxide. So it forms magnesium oxide. The reaction is not balanced. Magnesium we have taken in solid state, oxygen in the gaseous state. It forms magnesium oxide in the solid state. We can see the powder of magnesium oxide forms here. Okay, so magnesium ribbon disappears, magnesium strip disappears and it forms into powder state. The magnesium oxide is in state of powder. In this sense we can say magnesium burns. It burns, you know the meaning of burning, with the flame. So it burns with the dazzling white flame and it forms magnesium oxide. This is the very simple example of reaction of metal with oxygen. Metal, magnesium reacts with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. If you think about aluminium, this is the first example of magnesium. We can take example number 2 of aluminium, or zinc, let us say first, then we will take the example of aluminium. Zinc in the solid state, when we burn zinc, it will not burn by the ordinary heat. It will not burn by the ordinary heat. It burns only on strong heating. We have to provide the extraordinary temperature. Magnesium burns by the ordinary heat. but zinc reacts with oxygen, it burns and it forms zinc oxide, but by the strong heating. By the strong heat only zinc oxide can be formed. Oxygen in the gaseous state and zinc oxide is in the solid state. Okay, equation is not balanced. Both the equations are not balanced. You can make them balanced by putting half here, magnesium 1, oxygen 2 here, oxygen 1 here. You make 2 here, or you can put half here. Same way here also the same thing. So what to remember in both the examples? That both burns by different kinds of heat. Magnesium burns by ordinary heat and zinc burns by strong heat. If you think the example of aluminium now. Aluminium does not burn. Aluminium on heating reacts with oxygen. Yes, that is true, but it does not burn. It reacts with oxygen and it forms the layer of aluminium oxide over the surface. If you think this is aluminium strip. If you heat it by Bunsen burner like this, like we have heated magnesium, so if you give ordinary heat to aluminium, it will not burn, but eventually it forms the layer here. Initially it was only of aluminium, but later on it reacts with oxygen gradually and it forms the layer of aluminium oxide over the strip of aluminium. It will not burn. What I want to say, it will not decompose into powder form like this. So magnesium and zinc both burns. Aluminium does not burn, but it combines with oxygen and it forms aluminium oxide layer over the surface of aluminium strip. So what we can say, aluminium does not burn. Okay. If you think about copper, example 4, if you think about copper, same manner like aluminium, copper reacts with oxygen and it forms copper oxide, CuO. Okay, it does not burn like aluminium, but it reacts with oxygen and it forms the layer of copper oxide. Just like aluminium, when heated in presence of oxygen, it forms the layer of aluminium oxide. Same way copper, when you think about copper strip, this is copper strip for example, when you are heating it, what happens? It forms the layer of copper oxide over the surface. It will not burnt in presence of oxygen, but it combines with oxygen and it forms the layer of copper oxide. The original color of copper is brownish, but the color of copper oxide is black. So gradually the brown colored metal covered by the black colored copper oxide over the strip when you start to burn or when you start to supply heat. Is that clear? Magnesium burns, zinc burns, aluminium does not burn, copper does not burn. We can take many such examples. But one more important thing to discuss, that most of the metallic oxides, magnesium oxide, zinc oxide, aluminium oxide, see this aluminium oxide reaction is not balanced. Aluminium atom 1, aluminium atom 2 here, oxygen 2, oxygen 3. So oxygen 2 and 3 means 3 2s are 6 to be done. So 3 2s are 6 here and 2 3s are 6 here. Now aluminium becomes 2 2s are 4 here. So here is 4. We have done this balancing in the previous sessions. Here also the equation of copper oxide is not balanced here. So you can look at this is 1 and 2. So you can make 2 here and 2 here and the equation is balanced. Okay, so most of the metallic oxides, important thing to remember, most of the metallic oxides are basic in nature. Basic in nature means they possess basic characteristics, alkaline characteristics. We have seen in the acid base chapter that metallic oxides are basic. Basic means alkaline, not acidic. In short, it is not acidic, it is basic. Okay, so most of the metallic oxides are basic in nature, but not all. We have some exceptions. We have two oxides which are not basic. Two oxides, aluminum oxide and zinc oxide are basic as well as acidic in nature. So they possess both the characteristics acidic as well as basic. Such oxides, therefore, they are known as amphoteric oxides. Zinc oxide and aluminum oxide are amphoteric oxide. We are familiar with this word amphoteric. Amphoteric means the substance which possesses both the characteristics acidic as well as basic. Most of the metallic oxides are basic, but two oxides, aluminum oxide and zinc oxide, are acidic as well as basic. So these two oxides are capable to react with acid as well as base. Most of the metallic oxides are basic, so they are capable of reacting only with acid. You know that basic substance can react with acidic substance. So most of the metallic oxides are basic, so they are only capable of reacting it with acidic substance. But these two, aluminum oxide and zinc oxide, these two are capable of reacting with acidic substance as well as basic substance. So let us check. We have the example of aluminum oxide reacts with acid as well as base. We are checking out the amphoteric nature of aluminum oxide. So reaction of Al2O3 means aluminum oxide with acid and base. Okay, so first reaction, aluminum oxide reacts with acid. Al2O3 aluminum oxide reacts with acid. So look at this. Here aluminum oxide having the reaction with HCl. HCl is acid. So at that time aluminum oxide behaves as a basic substance, because HCl is obviously it is acidic substance. So aluminum oxide behaves as basic substance. And as you know, basic substance reacts with acidic substance always forms salt and water. So water is formed by the reaction of H and O, and salt is formed by the reaction of aluminium and Cl. Aluminium 3+. We know the ionic reaction. Aluminium is 3+ and Cl is minus. So aluminium is 3+, Cl is minus. So 3 will be given to Cl. So AlCl3, aluminium chloride is formed and water separated. So this is salt. And here is water. It's kind of neutralization reaction type. We have seen this reaction in the acid base chapter. The equation is not balanced. H is 1, H is 2. So you can make aluminium 2 here. First of all, aluminium should be balanced. So here should be 2. So in that sense, if you see chlorine, it becomes 3 2s are 6 here. So 6 chlorides are here. hydrogen 6 here, 2 is here, so put 3 here, oxygen 3, that are balanced. So this is the reaction of aluminium oxide with acidic substance. Another reaction in which aluminium oxide Al2O3 reacts with basic substance NaOH. So in that sense, aluminium oxide reacts with NaOH. NaOH is the basic substance. So here Al2O3 behaves as acidic substance. So now it forms one of the complex salt NaAlO2 sodium aluminate. The salt and water liberates. Okay, balance the equation. Aluminium here are 2 on the left hand side, here only 1, so we can put 2 and make it balance. Sodium becomes 2 on the right hand side, so put 2 on the left hand side and make them balance. So this is the example that aluminium oxide reacts with acidic substance as well as basic substance, and in both the case, if you see, aluminium oxide here behaves as basic substance and here behaves as acidic substance. So in this way it possesses both the characteristics. So this is the best example to explain the amphoteric nature of aluminium oxide. Some metals, actually the metals like sodium and potassium and lithium, the highly reactive metals. Okay, so these metallic oxides, sodium oxide and potassium oxide, dissolves very fast. Most of the metallic oxide, what I want to tell is, most of the metallic oxides are insoluble in water. Remember, most of the metallic oxides are insoluble in water, but oxides of sodium and potassium, Na and K, sodium and potassium, dissolves very fast in water to form alkali. Alkali means base, to form base. So if you think about the oxide of sodium and potassium, oxide of sodium and potassium, like oxide of sodium Na2O and oxide of potassium K2O, when they dissolve in water, they form their alkali. Alkali means base. Base means their hydroxide form. Already we have seen this in the acid base chapter, that sodium reacts with hydroxide to form NaOH, and here it forms KOH, potassium hydroxide. Okay, so they dissolve here and they form aqueous solution of both. Okay, put 2 here and both the equations will be balanced. Okay, so this is all about the reaction of metal with oxygen and how the metallic oxides behaves as basic as well as acidic substances. Most of the metallic oxides are basic and insoluble in water, but some oxides are amphoteric like aluminium oxide and zinc oxide, and some metallic oxides are can be dissolved in water, and they are sodium oxide and potassium oxide. And remember, this reaction is highly vigorous. Vigorous reaction means what? Sodium oxide or potassium oxide, when came in contact with water, when you try to dissolve it in water, they evolved means they liberate extraordinary amount of heat and they catch fire. Okay, so these metals reacts vigorously with oxygen when they form oxide, so they catch fire. So that is why these type of metals, sodium and potassium, does not kept open in air. So they are immersed in kerosene to prevent the contact of this type of metals with oxygen. Okay, so this is all about the reaction, but one more thing to discuss. According to the whole discussion, what we can say, that sodium and potassium and sodium are the most reactive metals. Okay, I am writing the reactivity series based on the reaction of metals with oxygen. Potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium. We know the reactivity series. Copper at the last. Silver, gold type of substance does not burn in presence of oxygen. They do not react with oxygen. So not all the metals react, but silver, gold, platinum, they are very less reactive type of metals. So they do not react easily with the oxygens. Okay, we have seen that aluminium and copper, when burnt in presence of oxygen, they do not burn, but they react with oxygen and they form the layer like this, copper and aluminium. Okay, they form the layer of oxide on the original metal. This process of forming the layer is called as anodizing process. What do you mean by anodizing? It is the process of forming thick layer of oxide on the surface of original metal is called as anodizing. Just like aluminium oxide layer is formed on the aluminium, copper oxide layer is formed on the copper. Such type of layers are called as oxide layers, and the process of forming the layers is called as anodizing. Okay, so this is all about the reaction of metals with oxygen. It's a quite lengthy topic. Okay, so enough for today. Please revise this whole topic again and again, and remember all the terms included. Take the help of your textbook as well as these notes. Best of luck.